the last punch. Good. Yeah. Again, get out of there.
Leaked footage has surfaced showing Mike Tyson in intense training, reigniting fan excitement ahead of his showdown with Jake Paul. At 57, Tyson's ferocity on the pads remains jaw-dropping, his speed and power seemingly untouched by time. The video highlights a fighter who, despite his age, still commands fear and respect in the boxing world.
Nice. Good.
Extremely vicious workout, right?
Following the fight's announcement, Tyson didn't mince words, he vowed to end Jake Paul's boxing journey. The stark contrast between them is hard to ignore. Tyson has been seen using a cane and has battled sciatica, a condition that once left him barely able to speak during flare-ups. In an interview with Greta Van Susteren, Tyson revealed, "I have sciatica. When it flares up, I can't even talk." Despite these health concerns, some remain confident in Tyson's abilities. Manny Pacquiao, when asked about Paul's chances, replied simply, "I don't think so," and walked off, leaving his sentiment hanging. On the other hand, UFC superstar Conor McGregor appeared skeptical, questioning the fight's legitimacy and public interest. "It's a bit strange. The interest is low. I don't really get it. But I'll always root for Mike," McGregor stated, ultimately voicing subtle support for the revamped Tyson 2.0.
Your thoughts on this Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight?
Oh, geez, I don't. It's a bit strange. You know, is my interest? The interest is a low one. I don't know. I don't really. I don't understand it.
Got it. Any difference between this one and?
I wish well for Mike.
We're gonna go. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Whether McGregor's instincts prove accurate remains to be seen. Yet, with Tyson's recent appearances using a cane, cautionary voices like Oscar de la Hoya have emerged. De la Hoya issued a pointed warning to Jake Paul: "You say you want to be a world champion and take this sport seriously, then act like it. This isn't a popularity contest." Despite his reservations about the matchup, de la Hoya acknowledged the danger Tyson still presents. "This will be Jake's toughest challenge. If he takes the right fights, he can get to a title shot, but this isn't the path," he said, stressing his desire to protect Tyson's legacy from a potentially damaging outcome against a younger, less experienced opponent.
Through Mike Tyson, he's not gonna, he's gonna make a shitload of money. He's gonna gain more popularity on Mike Tyson's expense. Do I like it? No.
Still, de la Hoya doesn't believe Tyson is at serious risk physically. He's been in there with monsters. Tyson has a chin and can still go 6, 7, even 8 rounds, he argued. His primary concern? Tyson's legacy. With months to go before the Netflix showdown, Jake Paul has already escalated tensions online, taking jabs at Tyson via Instagram. Tyson responded with calm menace, hinting he could put him to sleep. Paul fired back, doubling down with another Instagram story, further fueling the hype. Though Paul's confidence is clear, many believe he may be underestimating his opponent. Mike Tyson's record, 50 wins, 6 losses, and 44 knockouts, speaks volumes. While some remember his cameo in The Hangover, fight fans know him as Iron Mike, one of the most feared heavyweights in history. His recent training clips show that the fire still burns. Jake Paul may be banking on the fact that Tyson's prime is behind him. After all, the former champion hasn't fought since 2020. But in boxing, age isn't everything. Training, discipline, and experience still matter, and Tyson has all three in spades. As he nears 60, his physical condition remains surprisingly impressive, serving as a reminder that while the years may have passed, the warrior within never truly fades. One of the key aspects that sets Mike Tyson apart is his mature perspective on the sport. While Jake Paul continues his trolling tactics, Tyson remains unfazed. His straightforward criticism of his own son's desire to fight Paul, coupled with his reflections on why many traditional boxers harbor resentment toward the Paul brothers, reflects a seasoned wisdom gained over decades. Returning to Tyson's leaked training footage, it's clear he's still a physical force at one point, even delivering a blow that overwhelmed his own trainer.
Today was the day, you know. Play with fire, sometimes happen.
Jake Paul, however, remains undeterred. Reacting to the resurfaced footage of Tyson's power, Paul revealed, "A team member sent me a video Mike's coach posted a couple weeks ago and asked if I'm sure I want to do this. Yes, I do." Paul acknowledged Tyson's legendary status, calling him the greatest heavyweight of all time and the most vicious knockout artist ever, but added confidently, "I'm younger, I'm faster, and I'll be working my ass off to get stronger." Despite the fact that the footage is from 4 years ago, Paul has remained silent about its true origin. Doubling down on his ambition, Paul posted, "My sights are set on becoming a world champion, and now I get the chance to prove myself against the baddest man on the planet." He even joked in a skit that Tyson once mistook him for his brother Logan, tweeting, "I idolized Mike until the first time I met him 4 years ago, he called me Logan. I'll make sure he knows exactly who I am, up close and personal." Still, Paul quickly walked back claims of knocking Tyson out, perhaps recognizing the weight of what he's up against.
Heard it right, mother. I'm fighting Mike Tyson.
Oh shit.
I'm just so glad to have the honor to step in the ring with one of the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champions there's.
Everyone is aware of the immense risk Paul is taking, even he seems to acknowledge it, as seen in his comedic skits. While Jake brings bravado, Tyson's mere presence elicits a different kind of fear, the silent, imposing kind. UFC President Dana White recently commented on the bout while discussing UFC 299. "I asked him not to fight," White said. "Mike's almost 60 now, man. I don't know." While curious to see what Tyson can still do, White expressed unease about the fairness of such a matchup. "There's a 31-year age difference. I love Mike Tyson as a friend and is one of my favorite athletes, but I don't like seeing guys at that age fighting," White explained. He reiterated that neither he nor the UFC supports matchmaking fighters with such stark physical disparities, and his stance on the matter has remained consistent for years.
During that fight, just, you guys know what I think.
As Tyson gears up for what he hopes to be a defining return to the ring, others remain concerned. ESPN analyst Stephen A. Smith expressed serious doubts on the Stephen A. Smith Show, focusing on Tyson's physical condition. "I confess I can't buy into the hype right now," Smith said. Referencing a conversation with Daniel Cormier, Smith shared, "Cormier told me he saw Tyson walk into a UFC event last year with a cane. It's hard for me to believe that someone needing a cane could be in the shape necessary to face someone 30 years younger." Beyond that, Smith reminded viewers of Tyson's previous health challenges, including the well-documented episode in 2022 when he had to be wheeled through Miami International Airport due to a severe sciatica flare-up. All of this raises a lingering question: can a legend nearing 60 truly go toe-to-toe with a hungry, younger fighter?
Recently, he's been posting videos of his workouts on social media. So here's the question: are you buying the hype? I wish I could.
Despite his concerns, Stephen A. Smith praised Jake Paul for taking on the challenge of fighting Mike Tyson. "It's Mike Tyson, so I get it. It's a money fight," he said. Still, Smith hoped Paul would eventually take his boxing career more seriously. "If you keep telling us that you're serious about boxing, you've got to fight someone closer to your age, someone who's at least a legitimate contender. You don't need to face Canelo or Benavidez, but it has to be a real boxer." Rewinding 2 years, Mike Tyson made headlines during an appearance on the Full Send podcast, where he dismissed Paul's boxing skills outright. When asked whether he could defeat Jake, Tyson responded bluntly, "So, expletive, easy, but I'd never do it, it's family." He even acknowledged Paul's courage, saying, "He's got balls. I'm talking real balls." His punches, you can see them coming a mile away. I'm 55, I can see that coming a mile away. Tyson claimed that just 30 days of boxing training would be enough to defeat both Jake and Logan Paul, with no need to diet. I'd go straight at them. No boxing. If I train every day for a month, I could fight anyone. Jake Paul, meanwhile, promoted the fight as a major global event. Whether you're Team Paul or Team Tyson, or whether this is your first boxing match or your 100th, you don't want to miss this. Even Tyson shared in the excitement, noting Paul's growth in the sport. I'm looking forward to stepping into the ring with Jake. He's improved a lot. It'll be exciting to see what the will and ambition of a young fighter can do against the skill and experience of a GOAT. It's a full circle moment. However, not everyone shared this enthusiasm. Sports commentator Skip Bayless openly mocked the upcoming July 20th bout on Undisputed.
You don't think people give him a break being almost 60 years of age?
Give who a break?
Tyson. Like, if he did lose, wouldn't they say, well, he's almost 60 years?
Skip Bayless pushed back on the idea that Tyson would easily defeat Paul, likening the fight to a fantasy argument that somehow became real. It's like a barroom debate that came to life. Somebody had a few drinks and said, what if Jake Paul fought Mike Tyson right now? And suddenly someone made it happen. Jake Paul was quick to respond via Instagram stories, no, I don't agree, Skip. He refuted the idea that the fight originated as a drunken suggestion and stood by his belief that Tyson couldn't beat him. Paul also revealed that the idea of this match had actually been discussed as far back as 4 years ago. Matchroom Boxing CEO Eddie Hearn also weighed in, albeit reluctantly. You're asking the wrong guy, he said. I'm a hardcore boxing fan, Tyson is one of my heroes. Honestly, I find it sad. While Hearn acknowledged the event's massive entertainment appeal, he expressed personal disappointment as a longtime admirer of Tyson and advocate for traditional boxing.
Yeah, you're asking the wrong guy. I'm a hardcore boxing fan. He's one of my heroes. I find it very sad. But it's a big event. I understand people are going to watch it. And it's entertainment, I guess, but for someone that idolised the guy growing up.
For boxing purists like Hearn, the spectacle is hard to accept. It's a big event, sure. People are going to watch it, it's entertainment. But for someone who grew up idolizing Tyson, it's not a great day. While opinions are divided, some like former NFL star turned boxer Le'Veon Bell believe the match will end in a knockout, but not in Tyson's favor. Bell predicts that Tyson will dominate briefly, then gas out. He'll be strong for about 30 seconds in round 1, then he'll get tired and knocked out. Bell's view underscores the generational divide. While nostalgia draws fans toward Tyson, Olympic medalist Tony Jeffries urged caution. Let's be honest, Tyson's taken big hits from the top heavyweights and has been knocked out multiple times. Given the lifestyle he's lived, what do you think his punch resistance is like now? Jeffries challenged fans not to let emotion cloud judgment. He reminded viewers that Tyson is no longer the unstoppable force he once was.
Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. I've got so many thoughts on this. How it is absolutely disgusting and it should not be allowed. On the other side, I'm like, wow. A round of applause for these.
Jeffries emphasized the difference in lifestyle between the two fighters. Tyson hasn't lived like an athlete for a long time. Jake, on the other hand, lives like a professional. He has the best trainers, chefs, nutritionists, everything money can buy. He even suggested Tyson's inner circle may be partly to blame, possibly convincing him this fight was a good idea.